Shame-based motivation works until it doesn't. It's an incredibly fucking potent tool until it cock blocks you in your journey. When we're using that as a tool to motivate ourselves, we're constantly thinking about how much we don't want to be like this version of us. So we're running away from her. I don't want to binge anymore. Like, fuck you. Why can't you get your shit together on food? Why can't you say no? Why do you let your excuses run the show? Why this? Why that? Get to the gym. Get your fat ass to the gym. Go and train. Go and get your steps. You binge, add cardio. We're always shaming, and running away from this past version of ourselves when in reality, that's the hardest fucking spot to be, because if you're starting your journey and you haven't had success before, or you haven't made progress that you want to make before, you're in the hardest part because you have no evidence that you can do it. You have no self-belief that you can do it. So we use this deep shame as a motivating tool to change. But at a certain point, that shame only makes the work a reflection of how shit you are. You got to get to the gym because you're overweight. You got to go and do your steps because you're fat. And then we wonder why the scales become such a way for us to judge our progress, because every time we do something that should be good or should be positive, we're like, well, have the scales validated me? Have the scales told me that I'm good enough yet? Or that I've done the right thing yet? Instead of using shame as your motivating tool, start using empowerment as your motivating tool, because there's a past you, there's a current you, and then there's a future you. And I want you to think about her, and I want you to think about closing the gap from where you are now to where she is. Well, how would the future me show up right now? What choice would my future self make if she had the body that I wanted? What choice would she make about this weekend's events, alcohol, food out, whatever, if she had the body that I want? Okay, she would probably still track her food. She'd probably make sure she gets her gym sessions in. She'd probably hit her steps every single day, regardless of events. Okay, cool, let me act like that, because that's going to get me where I want to be. And I want to close this gap. If you give yourself something to run towards, instead of just focusing on what you're running away from, you're going to get much further, because suddenly the gym's about getting strong and being consistent. Suddenly steps are about getting movement in and getting your dose of nature and mindfulness. Suddenly healthy eating is because you glow more, have better energy and better digestive health. All of a sudden the work becomes something that you love because you feel better and you know where you're going. Shame-based motivation only ever keeps you looking fucking backwards.